morning. You know, I just get a vibe to leave that message here with my fellow celebrities them all over the world, but especially here in Jamaica. You see me? I just want to say, the Almighty choose we to be who we are as celebrities in whatever capacity we find ourselves. And while you're going to have the majority loving you, you're still going to have some who just don't like you for no reason whatsoever. I kind of see a trend where you have a lot of people who use up social space because they can get money from some of the things that they post. So it doesn't matter what they say about an artist, or especially artists who get it rough. It doesn't matter what they say about you. If they put it up on certain social spaces, they're bound to collect money from it. So they don't care if the story they hear about you go so, near so, or even go so at all. Them just want to put up something because at the end of the day, they might get some money from it. We just want to be careful, look out for each other. We're not talking about hiding or protecting secret. We just talking about doing it real. So when I say big up on yourself and go and love one, do the same way and make nobody stop you. No time, you hear that?
See if I can find some light. Alright. Blessed love, everyone. So I'm doing this as a live and I'll post it so, you know, we can talk about it afterward and it'll be there. But I really wanted, especially, you know, the moon rising up, we're just coming out of the full moon vibe, just some reflections. I'm going to be doing a series of talks at the University of the West Indies in the coming weeks. The first one will be tomorrow and the next one will be the following week. We're starting off with what they call a reggae talk. But it's really a groundings, you know. And one of the things I wanted to share was the idea of, I've been teaching yoga for almost 10 years now. And there's so many things that I learned about myself by having to serve in this way. And it's interesting, as a reggae musician, there's a tradition of, reggae make you feel good, you know, and feel good music. But there's also this parallel tradition of suffering and singing about suffering and being able to relate to, you know, feelings of life hard and Babylon wicked and, you know, woe is me almost. And solidarity is an important thing, and we can pull solidarity around the idea of where, you know, a collective struggle. And with our history, that's understandable, you know. As a people, the diaspora, we have gone through great, like, collective trauma. And a lot has been done to shift that, but there's still a lot of residual trauma that we face every day because of, you know, especially people living in quote-unquote first world countries who still have to operate, you know, off of a minority principle, who still every day face the idea that somebody can take away something you have and you have no recourse, or somebody can kill your child. And these are real things that are happening. Like, these things are happening. And how do we deal with them? How do we deal with adversity? What is the attitude we're going to have toward the hard things that we face? Are we victims? Is that the mentality we want to have? Are we overcomers? Or are we, you know, on a journey, carving out our own path in this world? Because for me, every journey is unique. I truly believe that. I find myself here living an unprecedented life where I'm not following anybody's example. The steps that I'm taking in my personal life, in my business, in how I'm approaching this music industry is a little different from anything that I've seen, but I'm kind of allowing it to shape me as I shape it. And I see the context I live in as a black woman, as a, you know, as an African woman, and as a reggae artist, and understanding that there are struggles that others are facing. So am I being selfish or insensitive if I don't want to talk about the struggle anymore? Am I being insensitive if I want to focus on the positive things? I don't think so. I think it's really important to be an example of dealing with adversity with grace and peace. Because what if our adversities are actually an opportunity for us to get closer to the Most High? What if these things happen to shift our focus and remind us that this superficial world isn't really the work? The real work is evolving in your spirit so that no matter which way the pendulum swing, you can maintain your peace. When it's extreme joy, you can hold on to it and be gracious with it and still find humility in the midst of your highest joy. And when the pendulum swings to the other extreme, you can have peace knowing that this is a time for me to draw closer to the Most High because things outside seem difficult. Like, it may sound, it may seem like, it's easier said than done. Yes, it is. But what are you doing that's more important? Yeah, making money, trust. You see, if you know how to make money, learn certain skills of self-governance, meaning governing your thoughts, protecting your mind space, preserving your energy, being very mindful and intentional with how you share of yourself, giving without anticipating receiving, like giving for the reward of giving. All of these things, like if you can apply these principles on top of your world skills and hustling skills, it will expand your life in such a powerful way. And I say these things because, I've been practicing certain principles for decades. And some of these things, like being in the reggae music industry, Jah9, it really does make some things harder because, like any music industry in general, it requires you to pay attention to the outside world in a way that I am not used to and I don't particularly love. But I understand that it's a part of the work. So it's not my favorite part of the work, but it's an important part of the work. So while I have to interact in this way, I feel where I am now as a grown woman that I want to represent love and peace and joy and an alternative to considering suffering. And as a yoga teacher, which is where we started with the conversation, I think it's crucial to understand that suffering is a choice. Oh my gosh, she said that. Yeah, imagine that. Sit with that. Before you resist, really sit with that. Suffering is a choice. Because it's your perspective that governs how you're going to look at a situation. And if you are able to evolve in your emotional intelligence and your spiritual cultivation, so much so that even in the hardest of times, you are able to find, why is this happening to me? Why am I reacting this way? Why did I need this? Yeah, even that. Even why did you need this in any situation? Then it becomes less of, I am a victim, somebody's doing this to me, and more, if I learn this, the next time an opportunity or a situation like this comes up, I will be prepared. Because every time expansion is about to happen, it feels like a storm. So it will reach a point where when adversity comes, it's almost like it creates an excitement within you. So you can face it like, hello adversity, I'm ready for you. And you see, when you conquer it, when you reach the other side and maintain your grace and your composure, and even throw in a little bit of happiness and service in the midst of your lows, yeah man, the reward is great. This I know from experience. And trust me, I am a work in progress. Like, I have so much more to go in terms of my patience and my kindness even. Yeah, because I'm not comparing myself to other people. I'm comparing myself to what I have in my mind. And I have some angelic parents and grandparents who, no matter how you think me, I realize these people are cut from a different cloth. So the bar is very high when it comes to kindness and service. But with that, I do a little part. And I just wanted to take a moment to share with you, These are some of the notes I make to myself. I spend only part time I talk to myself. And I just wanted to share with you that sometimes it is perspective that governs how you handle a situation and what the outcome is. And sometimes adversity is a teacher. Well, it's always a teacher, but sometimes it brings reward. Sometimes it's a test that you must pass. Yeah? We have to move from good and bad and left and right and kind of just try and find the balance. Just find your center so that no matter what comes, whether it's the heights of joy or the heights of adversity, you can observe, be aware, and still be grateful for the life that you have, which allows you to even have that experience. So, yeah man, humility govern the thing. wisdom, courage.